vision fell to 3/60. And he was also having staphyloma posteriorly. So I'm now regretting, why did I touch that case? Especially when there is a posterior
That was a case where you had to do a macular buckle with it. Maybe.
Yeah, so probably so that's why I brought that question. So probably when you have the more of a macular, the traction is less, and you have a more of a contour is more. So in that cases, probably you will you better to combine it with macular buckle. And if you have a more of a traction, and rather than the contour of the globe is not that curved, so probably we can get away without macular buckle.
There are some Japanese papers also to this effect, where they have followed up these patients even by doing MRIs and see whether they should do a buckle or only a island surgery.
Thank you, sir. We'll just move on to our next presenter, Dr. Anand Rajendran. He is another person who does not need any introduction, and he is Chairman Scientific Committee of our Vitreoretina Society, and he is Professor and Head of the Department of Vitreoretina Services at Aravind Eye Hospital, Chennai.
So, thank you, Rupa, for having me in this exhilarating session. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, we are able to see it.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is another double jeopardy where macular hole is being corrected, and you're doing the the multi-flap technique, multiple peel, and you can see right at the edge of that screen, like a predator waiting out there. There's a little foreign body out there, and you see the peel is going on fairly regularly. It's multi-flap technique, and a little bit of hemorrhage, which is fine. And as we say, we're layering the the flaps over the hole, not really stuffing it in, and things are going on quite well. And you see that little shrapnel out there a little more clearly now. Yeah, you see that bit of the flap has come off, that's removed, and at this point you see that shrapnel, the predator is kind of coming towards the macular hole. And at this point, it's understood that this shrapnel was a piece of the cutter fragment. And this trimming, now this, while you're trimming that, actually that suction is actually causing the thing to come closer. And this, at this point, you're trying to get that into the cutter, which was actually not really the great thing to do, because that suction actually brought and drew that fragment into the macular hole. And now you have a major problem. It's sitting inside the macular hole amidst all those flaps. And now in a quandary, and then first going with PFCL and then trying to ease that out, and worry is that you might dislodge the flaps, or you might even remove all of them. The PFC bubble at the same time is going down, as you can see. So so the pulse is racing, going through the roof. And at this point we move over, and under PFCL go with the forceps to very gingerly trap that. This is the point where you can actually damage a lot of RP, but no, that doesn't happen. You manage to extract that shrapnel piece and then just pull it off the eye. So just something that can happen. Be careful. This is what happens when sometimes you reuse cutters. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to, on a lighter note, I just wanted to ask you, do you play golf?
Me? Golf? No.
Yeah. So nicely you have put that ball into the hole. So a comment from our other panelist, Anirudh. Would you like to have any comment here?
The very situation is very bad, but managed extremely well. Great surgery.
Very nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Sir, most of the times when we start taking it out, sir, Anand sir, did it come out through the same trocar, or sometimes it again slips back?
Same trocar, just the right hand. Yes,
very small.
Yes. The issue is also about grabbing it. This was actually done by a colleague of mine. This came off well. Very often it gets stuck in that if it's irregular. So that can happen.
Anand, wonderful surgery. My pulse was racing when you were trying to pick it off. I was watching it. Only question I had.
Should I come with a disclaimer, not for people with a weak heart?
Okay, so the only question I had was so I've had a situation like this when the tip of a cutter broke off and there was a shrapnel like thing. But usually when it happens, the cutter stops functioning well. So
Yes.
the sound of the cutter changes.
Changes, yes.
So did it happen like this?
No. It's not noticed. It is actually a longitudinal part of the shaft. So actually about 2/3 of the shaft was actually functional. So which is
If
what you
you-
saw, that the vitrectomy was going on well. And the suction
But-
aspect, everything was okay. It is just a linear fragment, and that's what actually helped in grabbing that. If it was an irregular small board kind of thing, it would have been more difficult.
So it
But
happened.
then
to
it was
me
like a knife in
almost,
the bed of the hole.
5-6 years back, and then I looked at how these cutters are manufactured, and I went to Alcon site and talked to the Alcon people how they do that, and then I realized actually the tips are fused together. It's not a single piece. So
Yeah.
it will
We
always
brought
come
it to the
up
attention of the, it was Alcon cutter. We brought it to
Well,
the.
sir, instead of going with the forceps, of course, you have a very deft hands and you're a wonderful surgeon. What about using the magnet in these
No, it
cases?
doesn't come up with a magnet.
Sorry, magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't
At that
work.
point of time, we didn't have a magnet which would
No,
go through
it
25
won't come
gauge.
off with a
It
magnet.
won't.
Some of these
It
tips
may not be.
won't
Yeah,
come
it may
off.
not be magnetic enough.
No, because it's a metallic piece, sir.
Yeah, but the tip of Alcon cutters, I've tried this. It didn't work out for us when we were taking off with a magnet. So we had to pick it up with a fork.
And this was we didn't have that 25 gauge. 25 gauge.
It's a combined steel, so the iron component may not be that
Maybe
significantly
minimal.
high to grab it.
Maybe.
Dr. Anand, actually, I would like to share one experience. One of my colleagues had an experience of breaking the ILM peeling forceps, actually. In this case,
sorry?
one of the ILM peeling forceps was broken and it was landed into the retina while doing an ILM peeling.
Yeah, usually one of the tips.
That's
Yeah.
tough.
So we can
Very
we can
often
have
in the soft tip, the flute actually, that silicone thing comes off. I've had that experience
This
too
is the
fairly
ILM
recently.
peeling
I wanted to
forceps, one
put that
flank of the
actually
ILM
also.
peeling forceps.
okay.
Use of soft tip before using when the foreign body was getting dragged towards the macula, would the use of soft tip instead of cutter would have helped it better to keep it away?
So, no, that's what was initially tried, but it didn't come through. It just didn't come through.